welcome to the platform. How are you? It's 2:14 here in Auckland, New Zealand. I'm so happy to be here. There was a day in between that I took off. It was Waitangi Day here in New Zealand. So I took the day off, and I spent the day at the beach. I got a lot of vitamin C, vitamin D. So I didn't get burnt, but I did get a bit of a tan. So it was nice. It's nice to, just to kind of like give yourself that nourishment and that time to yourself. And it was spent with beautiful people, just really lovely friends that we've met, that me and my beautiful girlfriend, me and my flatmate have met recently. So how is everybody doing? I have not been coming live every day on this platform, and because I've been doing a lot of work in the background. But I wanted to show up today. It's not going to be a very long video. I just wanted to show up and just connect with you, and it's been amazing, having time away from your routines as well. What that does is it helps you to like connect more to your path of growth and whatever you are trying your body, you're wanting to integrate within your cellular being. And this may not be something that you kind of wake up in the morning and you think about, right, consciously, but it's something that, this evolution, this growth, it always happens within us. It always happens. It's very subtle. So naturally, humans, we are on a spiritual quest. That's why we're here. And when we're so caught up with our to do things in our life, we tend to drift away from our inner calling and whatever our body, our spirit is required of us to do to kind of integrate growth and and expansion and connection. So as we do that, as we allow ourselves to integrate into the process of our own growth and evolution, and up leveling, we allow ourselves to grow. We allow ourselves to expand. We allow ourselves to live from a space of courage from our heart. There's a place where all of that starts, that healing process, and it's all within the heart. So today I'm going to be talking about the heart chakra. A constricted, not constructed, I made a spelling mistake. A constricted heart calls insatisfaction and constriction. So our heart is like, it's honestly like the brain of the body. If the heart is constricted, if the heart has catches, I say catches, but another way to say catches is like blocked, saying that when the heart is constricted and blocked and closed off, then you're not exactly allowing every other chakra to flow freely and to be healthy and vibrating from health, right? Now, the heart is the home of self. The heart is that space within ourselves that allows us to connect to our spirit, which means that in that moment when you are connected to your heart, you are disconnected, or you, better said, you are not led by your mind, you are not led by your emotions, you're not led by it, but rather you are allowing yourself to fold into the space which is infinite, which is your heart, and it's your spirit. So before I get more deeper into this topic, I just wanted to give a little brief introduction for people. I know they've been following me for a while. I know there's a few new people here as well that are just kind of familiarizing themselves with my teachings and the way that I communicate, the way that I talk. So about my teaching. So I just wanted to give a little introduction about myself. So my name is Vanessa Mariano, and I'm a healer. I'm I'm an activator, and I work with women. I help to empower women, and to and I'm a passion coach. So I believe a lot of women have been conditioned in life, and we've been conditioned so much that your passions remain, a lot of our passions, they remain, I say our because I speak to the collective, but they remain sort of like suppressed, and then they don't become, you don't find a way to express your true essence and your true self. And I find that when you do connect to your passion, your true passions, and you start to give reverence and honor to your feelings and your passions and the things that light you up, then you allow yourself to bring your spirit to a completely different level. You allow your spirit to work through you. Hi, Nancy, good to see you. So what I do is I work with women that are in business, holistic, entrepreneurial women that are very active, that are wanting to break away from limiting beliefs, addictions, family trauma, entanglements, and self-neglect and doubt and shame and guilt, which are all these emotions that really truly keep us like suppressed and keep us living in fear. Okay. So what I do, my teachings encompass everything that helps, that relates to love activation. So because I do work as a healer, and I'm a passion and empowerment coach, I help you to activate love within yourself. And I also help, hi Victoria, good to see you, Victoria. And I also help to activate pure, true, authentic self-expression. So it is through when you find your channel of self-expression and you find your way, because we are all one. We are all one, but we all have our own individual strengths. So when you are exposed, or when you start to practice my teachings, which is I use a language first of all to help empower women, but I also teach you about your energetic channels on your body. Now, we all have a power channel, and we must find our own personal, unique power channel. So with the kind of work that I do and the way that I engage with you is by teaching you the way that these energetic channels, how you can work with these particular energetic channels. If you're asking, Vanessa, what is energetic channels? Like, what does that mean? What is that? So they're points located in particular parts of your body that allows you to clear energy. It allows you to clear your chakras, these energetic points, and also it allows you to, so it's kind of like a detox. You're detoxing these chakras, these energetic points, and you are activating them. So you're clearing them and you're activating them. Now, what results from that is actually evolution. So based on the health of these energetic channels, it determines the level of evolution of your soul. Okay, so you can it impacts the way that you are showing up to the world. It impacts the health of your organs. It impacts the health of your nervous system. So it's really it's might sound intricate, but it's quite simplistic in the practice of that. But if you're trying to intellectualize it, it can be quite complicated, right? So all the work that I guide you through is all related to experience. So whatever I come forward with you, whatever we engage in and what I guide you in, is not about packing on knowledge intellectually. It's really, what I do is I guide you to connect with your feminine energy so that you can be so just so you allow yourself to be operating from a place of presence, and it's in that place, it's you operating from that place of presence that you are able to connect to your true purpose, to connect to your true power, and to shred away all those layers that is not really serving you, and to connect to your beautiful, sacred, feminine energy. Okay, and it's through this beautiful sacredness and this beautiful feminine energy that it allows you to come back home to your heart and to allow things to happen and flow in love and grace. Okay, now a great spiritual teacher also says that we are most active when we are in stillness. So I'm a woman that promotes, I'm all about, and I encourage this a lot with my clients, with my people. I've done it with my girlfriends. If they go through a hard patch, we get together, we have a conversation, and it's kind of like I recharge them. I start to reactivate that seed within them of, self-love and self-expression and true reverence and honor for what is important for them, and get them on path. So this is my own natural gift, and I've been guided in my life to listen to that voice, to listen to that inner guidance, right? So I help you to do the same with you, to follow that inner guidance, right? And what happens when you are not listening to that inner voice? What happens when you are not operating from a heart space? What happens is that you are living in disalignment, that you feel like you feel like you've got the whole weight of the world on your shoulders. So you feel like you are not expressing your needs. You feel like you are suppressed. You feel like you are a doormat. You feel like you need to continuously being of service, but you're being of service to people from an empty cup. So you're not really serving and being and acting from a place of fullness, of richness and nourishment, okay? So what I do when you connect with me, the activation starts. It's almost quite instant, right? So people that do want to, decide to do my course, Fire, or if you do choose to have a one-on-one session with me, they do come with me with intention, because they are very attracted to my energy, and they know exactly that whatever they feel they've kind of like neglected, or they haven't really given the time to nurture. They're naturally like drawn to this energy, to my energy, because it's like a calling, right? It's a calling. So what I do is that I help you to get from a place of feeling restricted, of being reactive, because when you are not fulfilled, when you are not acting from a place of love, of fullness, of richness and nourishment, then you become very edgy, and you become very reactive. And you become very, when you're unfulfilled, when you're not happy, when you're not responding to life from a space of joy, when you're depleted, when you're dried out, when you're passionless, it does cause you to react, right? Because you don't have the basis, to give. Your cup is not full. So today, a constructed heart calls in satisfaction and constriction. Now, the heart is, like I was sharing, is literally the brain of the body. And one tip that I can share with you today is to chant to yourself that you are pure spirit. So you can create this change by putting awareness, and by putting awareness, so intention, and by allowing yourself to connect, okay? And chanting, I am pure spirit. So we are actually infinite beings. And when we get lost, and feel and constrict ourselves to the pure physical body, even when, we talk about relationships, when you are drawn to somebody in particular and you are only, taking in consideration the physical aspect, you're really constricting yourself, because you're constricting yourself from the physical, not the metaphysical. But we are, we are more than just the physical body. We are more than just the physical body. So I wanted to come on to this live today and talk a little bit about the heart chakra, because I wanted to just kind of give just in remembrance of who we are. And we are much more than what we see in the mirror. We are much more than what we think that we need to fulfill, whatever needs we need to fulfill every day. And when we come to a deep understanding that we are infinite beings, and that we are our spirit, that we are pure spirit, then we allow ourselves to fold more into our heart. And our heart is really truly the home. The heart, that is where all healing starts. And this is where societies come together. This is where family members come together. This is where the love between two people really come together. And, and where love gets passed on through generations ahead. What you will learn with me is the characteristics of the heart chakra. So every single point in our body can help us, can support our own healing process once we are activated. Okay, and that's where I come in. Now, I can show you where these channels are. And for those of you that have not, if you have had very hard, soul-destroying relationships with your mum, maybe if your mother was so affected by the mother wound and was unable to show and to express true love, or if maybe you had that from your father, then there's ways that we are able to connect to our heart space and to heal that, and to actually, once we understand that our chakras are tied also to the relationships that we have with our parents, then we will take responsibility. We are going to be putting more emphasis and more responsibility on the actions that we take. And remember, every thought we have, every emotion that we have, that literally determines the whole cellular structure that we hold in our body. So whatever we are feeling, whatever we are thinking, it shines through us. Does that make sense? So whatever constriction we have, whatever blockage we have within our body, within our emotion, it always starts from the heart. It actually shows. It shows in the way that we are showing up to the world. And normally, confidence, talking about confidence, a person that is confident is very open from the heart because they're very generous. They're not acting from a place of fear. But if you're very constricted and closed up in your heart, and I'm not judging here because we've all been hurt. We've all been hurt. We've all been through experiences that have caused us to lock our heart away. And that's why we tend to go to the masculine, to the right sign, which is a doing sign. That's why we tend to dial up on our masculine energy, because we are trying to make up for the pain. We're trying to make up for what has been taken away from us, what we think or what we feel that it's been taken away from us. So Nancy, Victoria, good to see you online. If you do have any questions, just come forward. It's good to see you. So if anything resonates, do feel free to join and to engage in this talk, in this topic. I know it's very sensitive because, clearing the heart is causing a lot of emotions to come up. And I've just recently had another awakening from my heart. You tend to, when you live from a place of fear and you tie it to a past experience, that past experience keeps down, it's like a thought that is literally like planted in. It's like a gadget that's been planted into your brain, and that's all that you think about, and that literally causes you to to act in a certain way, to make certain decisions in your life. But when you allow yourself to go through this process of healing from your heart, which it does take it's a process in itself, and it's important to allow yourself to go through that, to receive the love from a mentor, to receive the love, it could be from your partner, to receive the love from a healer, to receive that love, for them to hold that space for you, because it's through that space of compassion and love and whatever needs to be taking place for you to allow that stored energy, that blocked up energy, to move through you so you can release it. Allow yourself to release the stuff that is holding you back. And that's what normally stands in the way of you finding your true expression and finding the real love of your life, or expressing your true self in life through your work, to your clients, to your in your family. If you're the kind of person that continues to do and to be in service but is unable to receive, then I would invite you to ask yourself a few questions. Where does that come from? If you're constricting yourself from receiving love, even not just giving love, because loving is not just about doing for others. Loving is also about knowing how to receive for ourselves. That's part of the inner breath, and that's what I help you to work with too, right? So as a yoga teacher, instructor, I've worked with breath for many years, and I used to struggle. I used to suffer from anxiety. I recovered. I recovered from an autoimmune disease, and I've recovered from the hormonal imbalance. So all of this, breath and all these techniques and tools that I use, language is a great one as well, big part of it, I will use to guide you through your journey of healing, and to get you so that you can operate from a space of fullness and richness and nourishment, okay? So the heart is the channel through which families can heal. First, where we can heal, our families can heal, our children can heal, communities can heal, countries can heal, the planet can heal. But it's all done through your heart. When you share, when you love, when you share, through kindness. When your heart is open, you do things out of love, out of purity. When you are loving out of an internal motive, that's not love. And unfortunately, the world, great part of the world, has fallen into this epidemic of disconnection from the heart and from the spirit, which leads them to get stuck into this way of like thinking, living, being that where they identify themselves through money, through objects, through luxury, through. I'm not saying that I'm not talking down to that, because money is good. Money helps you to live a quality life as well. It's an extension, definitely. But it's when people's attention moves away from the heart and goes on the objects and on the material things. That's when money has power over you, and that's when you start to lose your own internal power. So I'm going to help you to connect to your own internal power as a strong, feminine, grounded woman, right? That is living in passion. So let's put more attention on our heart. And this is, I'm going to leave you with this message. Let's put attention on our heart and allow ourselves to experience, even if fears do come up, it's just a sign that is showing you, something is just being called. It's time to release it. Yeah, it's no longer serving you. It's time to move on. So if you do want some support through this, with this work, if you are wanting to feel more empowered, if you are wanting to feel stronger within yourself, grounded, confident, if you're wanting to have deeper self-expression, if you're wanting to have deeper feelings of love, if you know that you have loved superficially for so long because of your own fear and insecurities, remember, insecurity comes in when you are not living from a space of courage and heart, okay? So if you are ready to do this in a work, if you feel that you are called and resonant with the kind of work that I'm, sharing, then I totally recommend for you to, I recommend for you to connect with me, to make you can either book with me one-on-one, we can have an hour session together and start activating those channels and allow the healing to take place. If you're feeling, a bit stuck, a bit stagnant with where you are at in your body, in your life, allow your body to receive the help that it needs. So that's one step. Another thing I will do now, I'll put it in the, I'll update the post. I'll add my link where you can book with me, and I'll also add the 5 embodied steps. So these are channels, these are audios that you can listen to. They're very short audios, but they're very powerful. They work on an internal way in your subconscious. And what it does is it allows you to open your channels. It allows you to start to open up your channels. Now, what happens is that because we've been pushed in society to act from and manipulated really with the marketing, social media, there's just been so much misinformation really. So women tend to fall into the masculine side, and it's the doing side, and without realizing, you're actually damaging your nervous system. You're pulling yourself away and out of your feminine self, your feminine energy. So I want to help you to bring yourself back into your feminine, okay? So if you listen to these audio series, it helps you to activate and to start the journey, right? To start that internal process where you are open to receiving, okay? So I'm going to leave you with that message. I'm going to send you a lot of love, and I'm going to see you again. We've got 3 other channels to work on as well. So you'll be seeing me within the next few days. If you do have questions, feel free to ask. I do put a lot of information in my videos, so I don't tend to engage a lot within posts, but yeah, but I do encourage support within the group. I encourage you to ask questions, share things that you're going through. Allow yourself, try to not be complacent in your life. I want to encourage you to be active in your life, to be emotionally present in your life, because our emotions are only just guiding you and showing you, what is going on internally, what is happening within you, okay, within your life, within yourself, right? So I encourage engagement, and I encourage you to support the sisters within the group as well. I'm all about vulnerability, because it's through vulnerability that you are able to open your heart chakra. You are then able to see yourself with bigger eyes, with deeper love and reverence for yourself. So vulnerability, when you talk about your fears, even when you talk about your weaknesses, it allows you to embrace yourself as a whole. And you allow yourself to, just for the healing process to start, and you'll find yourself attracting people that you never thought that you would attract in your life. You don't have to construct, like, life does not have to be analyzed and understood and controlled intellectually. Life can be experienced, but energetically we must, if you're ready for that change to take place, allow yourself to take yourself through those changes, because through that you're going to be drawing a lot of goodness into your life. Okay, so I'm going to leave you. Someone's just come on, say hi, but I'm going to leave you now, and I'm going to see you again very soon. Again, I encourage a lot of support and love between you sisters. Okay, see you soon.